How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about former President Barack Obama giving a behind closed doors speech to Democracy Alliance, which is a collection of very powerful liberal donors. Now, what he said has many people on the left, especially on Twitter, in an uproar. They're upset. They're kind of triggered at Barack Obama. Never did I think I'd see the day where a lot of these leftists that loved Barack Obama and the first black family in the White House, Michelle Obama, Sasha Malia, this, that, and the third, never would I think I'd see them revolt against Mr. Obama. Now, the reason why they're upset is because he said a thing that a lot of us has been saying for a while, and I think he's been saying it for a while as well, especially as of late, that the candidates who are on the primary trail right now can't be veering too far left. Okay, and speaking of too far left, there's a hashtag by that same name, too far left. Check it out on Twitter right now if it's still trending. People are really upset. They're talking about, oh, I'm too far left because I want healthcare for all and I want people to be able to have houses. You know, people just really upset. The people that are upset are the main ones he's talking about, and he's correct. He's like, look, you know, the crazy leftist Twitter feeds, the activists force in our party, this is not what the average person can identify with. Okay, most people are not going to be so far to the left. The average person, here's me talking, the average person is pretty much right in the center. Either they're going to be center right or center left. Most people aren't really all the way left or right because most people aren't really involved in politics, period. So when you come with stuff like drag queen story time, when you say we're going to just, you know, not have any more private insurance, we're going to have Medicare for all, we're going to spend $100 trillion, all the money in the world and some, going to further debt. Yang Gang talking about $1,000 a month, $1 trillion a year is going to cost the average taxpayer. When people like Bernie go out there and says, yes, we are going to raise your taxes, people just aren't really with it. So what he said was correct. Now, of course, when he says don't go too far left, that is seen as an attack on the quote unquote squad. I've spoken about them extensively. You know, I'm talking about your AOCs of the world, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and of course, Ayanna Pressley. These people are a problem. AOC is extremely popular, but also very incompetent. She goes on television, gives you a bunch of word salad, and the result is the further erosion of the Democratic Party. You know, chasing Amazon away from New York, trying to say things like the world's going to end in a day if we don't act on climate change right now. Okay, people on the left tend to believe in climate change, like confirmed left. Like the average person, again, they're not really in politics, but a lot of leftist people that are active in politics, they believe in climate change, but I don't think they think that the world's going to end tomorrow and that we got to give all our monies in the world to the patron saint of climate change, Al Gore, or the new patron saint, Mother Greta Thunberg. Okay, I don't think they think we got to give our money in the world to them to quote unquote fix climate change, but people like AOC and many others on the far leftist part of the Democratic Party, they are pushing that. There's a lot of money behind them pushing it. The Young Turks, Justice Democrats, these are the individuals, the DSA, these are the individuals that are pushing this stuff. And also, of course, the enforcement arm of the entire left, but especially the enforcement arm of the far left, Antifa, out here beating up journalists, you know, just attacking some people that really are on their side. They're, you know, attacking people that are intersectional, people that are gay, different races, immigrants. They don't care. If you don't have their particular far leftist point of view, which is at this point becoming mainstream left points of view, then you get attacked. This is why they, when I say they, I mean the Democrats and the left in general, are having a very hard time right now gaining any kind of traction. Nobody on their side has a chance, quite frankly, aside from people like Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders being old as dirt, 1 foot in the grave, getting ready to expire any day now, losing their cognitive functions, having physical disabilities, physical ailments. Aside from that, their ideas are just too far out there. Joe Biden is, I guess, a little bit more moderate. He's kind of like his friend, quote unquote friend, I'll get to that in a moment, Barack Obama, more of a corporate Democrat establishment guy, but he's being pushed all the way to the far left during the primary season because the unfortunate reality is that people that are really in tune with the news and they're seeing where the party is going and they really appreciate it are going to be the main ones who are out there voting in the primary. Like I said, the average normie is not really in politics. They don't even know what a primary election is all about. They don't know what it does. They don't really have time to be worried about that. They're more concerned about taking the kids to school, going to work, is that, and the third. Okay. A lot of these crazy lefties have all the time in the world. They don't work, they don't do anything. All they do is focus on their hatred of Donald Trump and their desire to totally overhaul the entire nation. Barack Obama, I'm not a fan of. I did not like his policies. I was not a fan of his presidency, but a lot of the things he said here were right on point, 1000% correct. He says that the average person does not want to see the country just torn down and then rebuilt. They want to see it improved. I agree with him 100%. Now, where we disagree, where we part ways, myself and Barack Obama, is how we're going to improve the nation. He may want to see more racial justice and police reform and stuff like that. I'm all about just not having the government trample on my rights that I'm given, not by the government, but by God. Okay, that was written in the Constitution. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, freedom of speech, ability to own a firearm. These things I want to have. And I also don't want the government to be so overbearing and intrusive. I don't want government bloat and bureaucracy. So I want to improve the nation. I want to make America great again, as a hats on the back say. I don't want to be regressive and put things in there that Barack Obama and much of the left would want. Some people think we should just tear the whole thing down, start over, just build from the ashes. I don't agree with that. Like I said, let's just keep what we have and just make improvements. That should be how we go forward. And I think Barack Obama and much of the sane left feel the same way. Unfortunately for them, the sane left aren't the ones that are driving the ship right now. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, she's pretty much just been cast to the wayside. The far left, those that are able to get a lot of attention on social media, on television, they're the ones driving the narrative. For us on the right, it works wonders. Barack Obama sees that. Nancy Pelosi sees that. They're trying to speak out against it, but I think it's too little too late. The truth is, as I close, Barack Obama, although he's correct about warning the left to not go too far to the left, he is also the reason why the left is going far left. He has birthed a lot of these movements. Remember the whole thing with Skip Gates. The police acted stupidly. Trayvon Martin, he could have been my son. He, in many ways, has emboldened the far left to be what they are. So, as the old saying goes, you done made your bed, now you got to lie in it. And what say you? Do you think that Barack Obama was correct with his assertion about the left going too far left and how it's a problem? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Do you think that this is a ploy to try and help his friend Joe Biden, or how about his real friend, his real road dog, his real homeboy, Deval Patrick, who has entered the race? You know, this guy has been the friend of Barack Obama for the past 30 years. They are very good friends, much more than Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Barack Obama tried to convince Patrick to run like a year or two ago. So did David Axelrod. They've been trying to get him in the race. They tried to get Biden to not run. So is it more about trying to support his people that he would like to be in the presidency? Kind of a soft way of, quote unquote, interfering. Obama always says he'll wait until the primary, until the nominee is revealed, then he'll support that person. I think this right here is his way of softly supporting who he wants and also discarding who he does not want. Okay, that includes Bernie Sanders, Pocahontas, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, you know, much of the left. He does not want, he wants his guys and his guys only, and that's pretty much how it operates. Am I wrong here? Am I right? Have I missed anything about this particular thing? Are you on the left? How do you feel about the direction of your party? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.